Welcome to the Copernicus Project video series, Teaching Science in 5 Easy Pieces. This module focuses on chemistry. We've formatted the videos so that you can watch them in sequence like a feature film or instantly drill down to a specific video or chapter that addresses your own area of interest. Because some viewers may be jumping around to various chapters and videos, our introductions contain some of the same orientation information. The easy pieces are the 5 E's that comprise a learning model known as constructivism. Traditional education is teacher-centered, while constructivism is student-centered. It's based on the concept that students learn best when they're actively engaged with their subject matter rather than listening passively to a lecture. Studies show that students learn science best by doing science, not hearing about it. The role of the teacher is then raised from someone who is simply dispensing information to someone who structures activities that improve communication, that challenge students' perceived notions, and that help students build on prior knowledge. In this and in each of the other videos, we show classroom examples of how you can use the 5 E's to get students actively involved in their own learning. Each video is broken into 5 chapters, one for each of the 5 E's: engage, explore, explain, elaborate, and evaluate. You may use the menu function to instantly jump to any classroom chapter focusing one of the 5 E's. Each chapter will be preceded by a brief explanation of how that particular E should progress, as well as the roles of the students and the instructor. The first E is engage. It's all about involving the students in something they are interested in. Ideally, it will be tied to science content to be covered later on in the lesson. During the engage, students first encounter and identify the instructional mission.
And so what we're going to be doing today is looking at some of these special products that kind of tie together what you saw on the PowerPoint with what you've circled on your survey.
Here they make connections between past and present learning experiences. They lay organizational groundwork for activities ahead, and they stimulate their own involvement with their anticipation of these activities.
All right, so what I'm going to do with this is this survey. I want you to see if you have come into contact with any of these man-made complex molecules. So you're just going to quickly look over the front and the back and circle any of the ones that you have come into contact with over the last week.
You can engage a student by asking a question, defining a problem, surprising them with an unexpected event, or acting out a problematic situation.
All right, what kinds of qualities would be a good thing to look for as we examine these concoctions that you're creating? Anybody? Okay, Riley.
Like if they bounce, do they stretch?
Oh, good.
The elastic.
All right.
Like that.
This gets a student focused on the instructional mission. It's not unlike the marketing of a product. First, we need to grab the customer's attention. We do that by stimulating a sense of need. Once the student feels that basic need to know, he's motivated to take the steps necessary to satisfy his own natural human curiosity.
To engage the students, I started with showing the students a PowerPoint presentation of some actual examples of natural polymers. Next?
Beaks.
Feathers and beaks, okay. Are you putting anything together here, making a connection? Hair. Those are photographs taken of like extreme polymers. So I went through purposely and picked out pictures of like really long fingernails or a wild mustache or really woolly goats so that they'd kind of say, wow, what is that? Are you thinking of how a horn is related to a beak, to a feather, to this hair? Yes.